Imagine living in one of America's biggest cities, surrounded by wealth, luxury, and opportunity, yet, right outside your doorstep, thousands of people are struggling just to survive. As housing costs spiral out of control and the gap between rich and poor widens, homelessness is reaching crisis levels in some of the country's most iconic cities. In 2024, this heartbreaking issue has only worsened, with certain urban areas now home to record-breaking numbers of people living on the streets. From coast to coast, these cities are buckling under the weight of this growing problem. So, which cities are facing the most severe homelessness crises, and what's really driving these numbers? Let's dive into the top 5 cities in America where homelessness is hitting hardest this year. 5. Phoenix. Phoenix is experiencing a surge in homelessness as more people are being priced out of housing and services struggle to keep up. Phoenix has over 21,000 homeless individuals, driven by rapid population growth, rising rents, and a lack of affordable housing. The city's extreme heat during summer months adds a deadly layer to the crisis. Efforts have been made to expand shelters and provide cooling centers, but the influx of new residents and increasing living costs continue to push more people into homelessness. Phoenix's rapid growth and limited affordable housing options have created a homelessness crisis that's growing as fast as the city itself. 4. San Francisco. San Francisco is one of the wealthiest cities in the country, but it also has one of the most visible homelessness problems. The city has over 25,000 homeless individuals, with a large portion living unsheltered in the streets. The combination of high housing costs, mental health issues, and substance abuse has led to a worsening crisis. Despite millions being spent on housing and services, the city's efforts have struggled to make a noticeable impact. The problem remains one of the most pressing and contentious issues in the Bay Area. San Francisco's wealth gap is starkly visible, and the city's struggle with homelessness is a painful reminder of the cost of living in one of the country's most expensive places. 3. Washington, D.C. In the nation's capital, homelessness remains a serious issue, especially in 2024. Despite being home to the country's most powerful leaders, D.C. faces a housing crisis that's leaving thousands without a place to call home. Washington, D.C. has around 27,000 people experiencing homelessness, with significant disparities in access to resources across different communities. The high cost of living and gentrification have displaced many residents, exacerbating the crisis. The city has focused on building affordable housing and increasing shelter capacity, but the political gridlock and lack of sufficient funding continue to hinder progress. Even in the shadow of power and wealth, thousands of people in D.C. struggle daily with homelessness, highlighting the city's deep economic divides. 2. Los Angeles. Los Angeles remains at the epicenter of America's homelessness crisis. In 2024, the city is still grappling with a problem that has only grown more severe over the years. Los Angeles has nearly 50,000 homeless individuals, with a large number living in makeshift encampments across the city. The combination of skyrocketing rents, housing shortages, and mental health issues has turned parts of LA into sprawling tent cities. The city has spent billions on homelessness programs and affordable housing projects, but results have been slow and often criticized for inefficiency. The issue continues to be a major public health and safety concern. Los Angeles is a city of contrasts, where fame and fortune coexist with one of the country's largest and most visible homeless populations. 1. New York City. New York City, the city that never sleeps, also never seems to find a solution to its homelessness crisis. In 2024, it tops the list as the city with the largest homeless population in the U.S. New York City has over 60,000 homeless individuals, with the majority living in shelters but a growing number sleeping on the streets and subways. The city's housing market is notoriously unaffordable, leaving low-income residents with few options. New York City has expanded its shelter system and implemented rental assistance programs, but these measures have not kept pace with the rising demand. The ongoing pandemic's economic fallout has also exacerbated the situation, leading to more evictions and homelessness. Homelessness in America remains a deep-rooted issue, affecting millions of people across the country. While these cities are trying different approaches to combat the crisis, the challenge continues to grow. Addressing this complex problem will require sustained effort, resources, and compassion, not just from local governments but from society as a whole.